when my husband passed away, well, number one, I didn't expect to be a widow at 60. And I thought, and you have that, that we were going to dance at our great grandchildren's weddings. And, my dad lived to be 102. So we were going to grow old together. Well, that didn't happen. David took sick and then he passed away. And for the first year, I don't remember. I really don't. I know that I worked. I know that I did things. I know that I ate. I know that I cried. I know that I walked around. I do know that I binged watched all 10 years of Frasier on Netflix. But then one day I was sitting, I can tell you exactly where I was sitting in my house. And it was like a wake up. It was that we were talking about that be open to opportunity. Mm-hmm. And it was that, okay, Barbara, you can't go on like this for another minute. David has died, but you haven't. Ooh. So now are you going to sit and become a hermit in this house, or are you going to find out what you want to do? Because I knew what I didn't want. And I think that was the first step.
Going back to how you came about this is, who is Barbara?
Yeah.
And who am I?
Was the personalities, was reading the very first time I read my own report. When I did my first personality assessment, I went, oh, that's why I do that. and that was all part of the process. And I realized that, okay, yeah, I'm a nurturer. Oh, and it put into place so much of my childhood, because all of my family are all blueprints. I'm not. That's my second code.
And then you married a blueprint.
The funny part is I can look back now and I married two blueprints. My first husband was a blueprint, and my second, because that's what I knew.
Yep.
That's what I was.
That's what you grew up with.
That's what I grew up with. And now my sisters, it's like, you have changed so much. It's not that I've changed. I've just come into my own personality.
I just got shivers. That's so beautiful.
I have finally come into my own personality. And it's like, oh, wow. And finally, my sister, she's a blueprint. Blueprints are very conservative. So she would always say to me, Barb, why don't you just, have, softer lipsticks and don't put on a lot of makeup? And okay, because professional women don't wear these, fancy earrings and with jeans, And just a couple of weeks ago, and she watches everything that I do. So she watches my interviews and she watches when I do Facebook Lives and stuff. And a couple of weeks ago, she said, Barb, your lipstick was perfect. It was such a great color for you. Yes.
That's awesome.
Because she's finally realizing that's part of me.
Yeah.
It's part of me. And so when we can embrace our own self, and it starts with the assessment.